Hello, oily besties. It's Nicole here. I'm trying out this new setup I got going on, so just bear with me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I am coming at you live tonight to talk to you a little bit more about chemical-free home. Now, I'm super passionate about this topic for so many reasons, and we're going to get into it in just a bit. Hey, whoever's joining us, will you let me know if you can hear me or not? Just want to verify before I move forward. Let me know. Tell me below. All right. I'm passionate about this. This is part of my why. This is my reason behind this community even. And why I continue to do what I do each and every day is because chemicals are living and lurking in so many different places, and especially our homes. Tabitha, can you hear me? Bear with me, my friends. Kathy, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yep, perfect. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Okay, yes, chemical-free home. Now here's the deal. I can be super long-winded about this, and I'm going to try really hard not to. I have some accountability partners on the opposite end of the camera tonight, hopefully that will keep me accountable and short-winded tonight. But I want you to hear my heart for a second. This class is phenomenal. This class could be several parts of a class. We could have several classes just about this one topic. So I'm going to try to keep it as concise as I can. And at the same time, if this is something you want to know more about, that you are passionate about too, that you want your friends and family to know more about, please hit me up, because I would love to have a class just for you and your friends, whether it be in person or online, just like this live, or we can even do a Zoom call just for you and your friends. This is one of my top 3 classes ever. And you'll see why in just a minute. With that being said, though, we're going to jump right on in. Whoever joins us. Whoever is joining us on the replay, hello. We're glad that you are here. I want you to grab your notepads and get ready to write things down. I want you to bear with me because this is a lot of information. Like I said, I'm trying to condense it down for you guys. But it's still a lot of information for people who are brand new to oils, or even in the chemical-free lifestyle. This is going to be a lot to absorb, but that's okay. That's why you're here. That's why you're a part of our journey. Together, we get to do this together and lock arms with you always. That's why the Oily Besties are here for you, and the community is here for you and help you along that way. I want you to know that there's going to be a lot of scientific information in this class and bigger words than normal. And so because of that, and because I don't want to lead you astray, and also because I want to be as concise as possible, I'm going to read from my notes quite a bit. Because of that, I want you to bear with me. But you should also feel empowered, because if you ever wanted to do this class, I would just send you my notes, and you can just do this class with my notes with your people. And so it's that easy. Easy, right? Simple sharing, it's easy. Okay, we're going to jump in. And you're here, chemical-free home. I just went through why and how, and a little bit about my deep why. I recently lost my mom. I say recently, it was about 1.5 years ago. But it's still raw, and she's still gone. And she had a 10-year journey with cancer. 10 years. My mom was the most strong person I've ever met in my whole life. But 10 years that she dealt with cancer. And specifically, she had ovarian cancer, then she had breast cancer, which is a different cancer altogether. And then she also had ovarian cancer that came into her liver. So 10 years of just kind of watching her go through the motions of that, watching it change her, watching it change our family. And then even now, after she's gone, our family has just never been the same. And because of that, it has lit a fire within me of chemical-free homes, and just bringing awareness and empowerment to all of us to realize just what's lurking in our homes and our cabinets. There's so much. And I'll tell you why, as we move into it too, of how crazy it can be. So grab your notepads, get ready to jump in with me, and here we go. If you guys don't know this, I'm a blue personality. Blue personality just means that I like to have fun. I wish you guys were sitting just here on my couch with me, hanging out, sniffing some oils and doing this crazy video with me, just, hanging out. And that's the way I like to run my classes too. And so if you have questions along the way, please type below and I'll be sure to try to answer them if I see them. If you have questions on the replay, type below and we will make sure to get back at you. If you have any questions that aren't answered here tonight, just PM me or message me or message your leader and we'll be sure to get those answered for you as well. So as we do this, my favorite part of every single class, you guys know what it is, right? The disclosure statement. I'm a mom. I am a licensed children's pastor, actually, by trait, and I'm not a medical professional. I love and live and breathe oils for a purpose and for a reason, but it's by no means to diagnose or to treat you or anything that you got going on. We can walk hand in hand and try to figure things out, but I cannot diagnose or treat, and that's how we kind of run this community too, is walking hand in hand with you, but never diagnosing or treating in any way, shape, or form. So this is for educational purposes only. A lot of these things are research that I've personally done, and I can direct you to those places that I found them as well. So some of them in particular are the Nutrition 101 book, which is a really fun one, and the Essential Oil Desk Reference. You'll hear us talk about that a lot in the lounge here. It's kind of our essential oil Bible, if you will. And then there's several articles and resources online, including the Material Safety Data Sheets, or the MSDS is what they're acronymed. Information from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, and then in the Environmental Working Group as well. So many other things too. Okay, your skin. You guys probably already know this. We all probably know this, right? Your skin, when trying to live a healthy lifestyle by eating right, exercising, and getting clean, sometimes the last areas we think to change are cleaning and personal care products, right? So a lot of times, how many of us have been at or have been on a diet? Go ahead, raise your hands, raise your virtual hands, because I'm sure it's you. You've been on a diet before. You've done a diet before. You said you were going to eat one way, shape, or the other, right? Like we all go, when we think about cleaning ourselves, we normally think about dieting. That's just what our culture has told us along the way. But we never really think about, when we think about cleaning, what we're putting on our bodies, what we're putting on our homes, what we're putting on our floors and then walking on. That just doesn't normally come to mind, and it should. And the reason is because our skin is our largest organ. You guys already know that. What we put on it and what we put on it, and even in it, what we're in our environment, gets absorbed into our bloodstream and integrated into our body tissue. The skin is not a coat of armor on our body, right? It's not this big shield like we think it is. It protects our body, but is highly permeable. The skin is our body's thinnest organ. There's only 1/10 of an inch that separates our delicate organs from all sorts of toxins, many of which destroy our health. That's what we're here to learn about, right? Emerging scientific research is raising the level of concern about the health impacts of chronic chemical exposure. And we know that the chemical body burden, you want to write this down? The chemical body burden is the cumulative effects on the body from living amid constant exposure, not just little, constant exposure to tens of thousands of chemicals in increasing combinations and dosages. I'm going to say it one more time. Chemical body burden is the cumulative effects on the body from living amid constant exposure to tens of thousands of chemicals in increasing combinations and doses. As chemical use has grown in industrialized societies, so have chemical-related diseases, including, but not limited to, cancer, asthma, birth defects, developmental disabilities, autism, endometriosis, low sperm count, autoimmune disease, and infertility. Mounting scientific evidence links the evidence of these diseases in part to environmental toxins. I know all of us know somebody or ourselves that have either known someone or have dealt with the one or many of those things in our lifetime already. Sad, but true. Okay. Current statistics. In the U.S. today, this is crazy to me. Every time I read it, it's crazy. 1 in 2 American men and 1 in 3 American women are expected to get cancer in their lifetime. And I even hate to say it, I pulled that statistic probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's probably higher by now. Makes me sad. Really, really, really deeply sad. Asthma is up by 600% from 1980. 600% from 1980. Learning disabilities, 1 in 6 in the U.S. are associated with chemical exposure, which has drastically risen. Think about autism. This is exceptionally increasing, 1 in 68. Some may say that is actually higher. Not to mention that household cleaners are the leading cause of poisoning of children. Bleach is second, according to Poison Control. Keep in mind, it only takes 26 seconds for chemicals in our personal care products to reach our bloodstream. 26 seconds, which is also the same amount that it takes for essential oils to reach our bloodstream too. So would you rather use chemicals in 26 seconds or essential oils in 26 seconds? Where are you at, y'all? Come join me. Essential oils, right? Okay, how many cosmetic chemicals, here's my first question for you, and I want you to participate in the bottom. How many cosmetic chemicals is the average woman exposed to on a daily basis? Cosmetic, okay? Guess, and tell me what you think underneath. And on the same question, how many overall chemicals do you guys think that the average woman is exposed to on a daily basis? So cosmetic chemicals versus overall chemicals. I'm going to come at you. The average adult uses 9 personal care products a day with roughly 120 cosmetic chemicals spread among them. So that's 120 cosmetic chemicals that the average woman uses. Cosmetic. Many of which are incompletely tested for toxicity. Did you know that only 11% of ingredients used by Americans in personal care products have been reviewed for safety? It's nuts. Nuts. Did you know that the FDA does not cover and maintain the essential oil industry at all? Which is why Young Living and their seed to seal process that they mandate over themselves. It's not mandated for them by the FDA. They do it themselves. Is where it's at. It's where it's at. You guys know that. That's why you're here, right? Every other company out there, they don't have to do it. They can put whatever they want into those little bottles, whatever they want, and they can label it as pure because it is not mandated at all. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Can you see why I get so passionate about this? Okay, 120 cosmetic chemicals. Many companies have no idea about the risk and possible health effects of using their products. Many companies don't know the risk effects of using their own products. That's what I said, which is scary. So how many overall chemicals is the average woman exposed to on a daily basis? 515. 515 chemicals on a daily basis. One day, 24 hours, probably even 12 hours, because we're guessing that maybe the other 12 hours you're sleeping, maybe more like 515. It's crazy. So our first exercise, you ready? Hopefully you like scavenger hunts. I love scavenger hunts. Like I said, I like to have fun. I like to party. So I want you to write this down. As soon as we get off this, your job is to go have a fun little scavenger hunt in one of your cabinets, okay? And to do that, I want you to download the Think Dirty app. If you guys have been around here for a while, you've heard us all talk about this wonderful little app that you can get on your phone. And I promise you, we're not asking you to download something crazy or pornography associated or whatever, okay? Think Dirty app. Trust me, go do it as soon as we're done with this. I want you to download it and I want you to pick one cabinet. And I promise you, because that one cabinet is going to lead to other cabinets because it's going to open up to your eyes to what's lurking in your home. Pick that cabinet whatever it may be, and go scan some items. Go scan some things that you probably didn't really know that you had, or maybe you do know that you had, but maybe you think, oh, it's pretty good, right? My two biggest ahas when I did this to date is Mrs. Meyer's. Raise your hand, give me a likes or a thumbs up if you know what Mrs. Meyer's are or is, if you like them or use them, and if you still do. I loved Mrs. Meyer's. I loved the smell of it. Just the whole product line, everything. I loved it all. Until I realized, once I was on this journey and started going around with my own scavenger hunt and started scanning all my Mrs. Meyer's products. Scanned it to find out that this is the stereotypical definition of greenwashing. Greenwashing means that a company has promoted themselves as clean, as natural, maybe even organic or pure, and actually their ingredients are not at all, but they've labeled themselves as such. Like I said, it goes back to the mandated FDA that does not mandate any of this stuff, right? Okay, so Mrs. Meyer's, my beloved Mrs. Meyer's that I love, love, love so much, was a 9 on the toxicity scale for fragrances and hormone disruptors and everything else on that little Think Dirty app. I was in shock. So my little brain self, I guess, who loves to research. I love to research and know why so I can explain why and I can just know it better and understand it better. I went and dug. And I think it was 3 years ago that Mrs. Meyer's was bought out. And because they're a privately held company, they never had to tell that they were bought out. And they never did. And when they were bought out, the company that came in and bought them actually changed all of their ingredients and all of their recipes, to which they were adding toxins back in. Now that company, Mrs. Meyer's, was already established as a green company, they didn't have to do a recall or any such thing. They just put the products back in that were gross, the chemicals that were gross and bad for us, and they just go on with their happy old self. That, my friends, is called greenwashing. You're welcome. It's so sad and disturbing I still can't get over it. Second is Johnson & Johnson. For me, I remember using Johnson & Johnson either powder or the No Tears shampoo as a kid, as a little girl. And I would, use it on myself and my brother. And I even came home with it from the hospital and used it on my children as well, my 2 oldest. Because I wasn't oily then. I didn't know any better. I didn't know what chemical free meant. I just trusted that what I was given from my pediatrician and my doctor, that they knew best and the hospital knew best. And so I trusted that that's what I should use. And we used it on them. Well, come to find out, if you get that little Think Dirty app going on your phone, and even if you just type in Johnson & Johnson, you will see that it is the highest toxicity. It's a 9 or 10, depending on what you scan for or what it is that you're scanning on the toxicity scale. Drop the mic. How crazy is that? I'm putting this 9 or 10 toxicity from hormone disruptors to fragrances to so many different things, and it will list that on that app on my baby, my brand new baby that just came out of my womb. And for my daughter, I'm putting it in places it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, right? From the very first start, from when she's 12 hours old, when they give them their first bath. I didn't know any better. And I'm sure you didn't either, or you don't either. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing. That's why I'm here sharing with you. I didn't know. And that's okay, but we can figure it out and we can move on from it. The other aha for me is that Johnson & Johnson specifically is in a huge lawsuit, and they've been in a lawsuit for many, many years now. But I told you a little bit about my mom. My mom's ovarian cancer was actually produced in a way, or we have scientific evidence that her biopsies have come back with the exact same chemicals construct and constituents that are in Johnson & Johnson talc powder were the same things that were found inside my mom. The same things that started her cancer journey with ovarian cancer. She's actually part of the Johnson & Johnson lawsuit now, even though she's gone, and she's been gone for a year and a half now. Before she died, she submitted all of her information and her medical records and even the biopsies. And they're now going against a very large corporation in hopes that someday that junk will be taken off the shelf. So that's why it's so important that we know, we learn, and we understand, and we empower each other to know that we don't have to trust anything and everything that's on the shelves. And it's okay to ask, and it's okay to find out for our friends and our friends and ourselves and our family, right? For our babies. So that's your homework. Go download the Think Dirty app as soon as we're done with this. You go find a cabinet, you start scanning, and you tell us, you come back and you tell us what your biggest aha or takeaway was from that. I tell you there's going to be a lot. I told you my 3, and hopefully I get to hear yours too. Please tell me, or even PM me. I would love to hear that. Start the conversation. So we're going to jump in, and I want you to kind of understand the big picture of this. So once just pretend that you're doing your scavenger hunt right now, and say we're in your cosmetic or even your bathroom, okay? The number of chemicals in each of these things, in each of your personal care products, are exorbitant. So big, exorbitant, huge. Okay, I'm going to show you and tell you why. So how do you know which of the more than 10,000 ingredients in personal care products you should be concerned about? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? But think about this. In your shampoo, there's over 15 different chemicals. 15 just in your shampoo. In your eyeshadow, just one eyeshadow, there's over 26 different chemicals. In your lipstick, there's over 33 different chemicals. You guys, in your lipstick, 33. Nail polish, 31. Body lotion, that we lather ourselves everywhere, up with 32. And here's the crazy town one. You ready for this? You're going to want to drop the mic. Perfume, there's over 250 different chemicals in perfume. And yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I just bursted that Chanel bubble. No more Chanel for you, okay? Listen here, this is the reason why. Out of those 250, you don't know any of them. And the reason is because it's proprietary act. Under the Proprietary Act, companies can put whatever they want into perfumes because they do not have to disclose to you under the Proprietary Act what's in them, because then you could recreate supposedly their perfume. So you never know. Out of the 250 chemicals in a bottle of perfume, you'll never know one of them. And that's why fragrances are such high on the carcinogenic list, are so high on the toxicity list, as well as so high. They're the number one cause of asthma as well. Isn't that crazy? And we now understand why asthma has blown through the roof since the 1980s. Y'all learning anything yet? No? Yes? Tell me you're here. Show me you're here. Give me some thumbs up or some high fives. Remember, I told you I would rather you just be sitting in my couch with me. Okay, we're jumping in. I'm diving in. Here we go. I'm going to give you my top 8 to avoid. I'm going to do it pretty fast because I promised you this was going to be a quick overview. And like I said, if you want more information about this, or would like a one-on-one class, or even a class with your friends and your family, you holler at me and we will do that ASAP, and we'll jump in to even more of this goodness. Okay, the first one we're going to talk about is antimicrobials. Antimicrobials, think soap, think going to Bath and Body Works and grabbing some of that, what my mom used to say is like, she used to love the smell of that soap. I can't even walk by that store anymore, even Victoria's Secret, as much as I hate to say that, without just getting an instant headache. And there's so many reasons for that, but we'll go into it. So antimicrobials are triclosan and triclocarban are your two biggest antimicrobials. Hi, sister. Are both hormone disruptors and are broad spectrum antimicrobial agents. Triclosan is a form of dioxin, which has been linked to weakened immune systems, decreased fertility, hormone disruption, and birth defects. They are commonly added to personal care products such as, get this, cutting boards for some reason, toothpaste, Antibacterial soaps, cosmetic, cleaning supplies, textiles, and even school supplies have these chemicals and antimicrobials. Now, here's the kicker for me. In September 2016, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued a final rule establishing that over-the-counter, so OTC, consumer antiseptic wash products containing certain active ingredients can no longer be marketed. So these certain active ingredients can no longer be marketed as antimicrobial or antibacterial even, because according to Janet Woodcock, who is the MD and the director of the FDA Center for Drug Evaluation and Research, she said consumers may think antibacterial washes are more effective at preventing the spread of germs, but we have no scientific evidence that they are any better than plain soap and water. Drop the mic. No scientific evidence that they're any better than plain soap or water. In fact, some data suggests that antibacterial ingredients may be more harm than good over the long term. Long story short, Thieves household cleaner, Thieves cleaner, Thieves soap, Thieves in general, kills 99.6% of germs all naturally. Scientific, base, we know, 99.6. These type of products, 99.8. So you're 0.202% off with all natural-based products versus hormone-disrupting crap chemicals. That's all I gotta say, right? You get it. All natural is the way to go. Scientifically, even Miss Janet Woodcock agrees with me. Well, not technically, but you know what I mean. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about quickly is dibutyl phthalate. It's also known as DBP. You can read that on the packaging. Phthalates are added to air freshener products and products that contain fragrance in order to make it last longer. So it's what's added to keep it in the air. That's what you think you're smelling whenever you get, something Febreze in the air. That's what stays in the air longer. It's not actually taking down the allergens or the things that need to come out of the air. It's actually just masking them. Stays up in there longer. Almost an air preserver, if you will. Research on phthalates has linked to male reproductive system birth defects, reduced testosterone, infertility, asthma, allergies, and hormone disruption. Additionally, there are links as potential endocrine disruptor, skin sensitizer, immune system toxin, gastrointestinal or liver toxin, kidney toxin, and neurotoxin. Yummy, right? I'm gonna rub it all over my hands and feet and everything else. No, not at all. The European Union has found it to be dangerous from the environment and has banned it from use in cosmetics. That is DBP. That was number 2 on my list, my top 8 list. Okay, the next one we're going to jump into quickly. Chemical carcinogens. Sulfates. We've heard about sulfates. We know about sulfates. We should stay away from sulfates. End sentence. Such as sodium lauryl or sodium laureth, ETH, are often found in harsh detergents that give cleaners, soaps, and shampoos their lathering ability. So I have heard this all time and time again, that you don't like a natural product or you don't like X, Y, and Z because it doesn't lather. Here's the deal. It doesn't have to lather in order to be clean, but we don't realize that because we've been taught so differently. You actually want to stay away from those things, and the reason is derived from petroleum. You're putting petroleum on and in you to get a lather ability that it doesn't actually help with the cleansing. It just helps with the sudsing, which actually takes the dryness into effect or onto your skin, onto your scalp, onto your hair. That's what it draws out the moisture. And it's layered in with petroleum because it's derived from that, which so many other funky things can come from. So stay away from it, period. The other one is propylene glycol. Is a humectant, which means it keeps substances from drying out and was originally developed as an antifreeze. Yummy. But is now included in some deodorants and antiperspirants. It is a neurotoxin known to cause contact dermatitis, kidney damage, immune toxicity, and liver damage. So you just want to stay away from that. Propylene glycol. Not cool. Stay away from propylene glycol. The next one we're going to talk quickly about is fragrances in general, like the 250 in a perfume bottle, right? Fragrance products such as dryer sheets, air fresheners, perfume have the largest number of chemicals detected. Hey, Terry! And some of the highest concentration of harmful chemicals. Synthetic fragrances often contain phthalates, synthetic chemicals commonly used to stabilize fragrances and make plastic more pliable. So when in doubt, stay away from phthalates and sulfates. These are endocrine disruptors. They mimic hormones and may alter genital development. Not to mention, the fragrances can trigger asthma, allergies, and eczema. According to the FDA, fragrances are responsible for 30% of all allergic reactions. Why, I wonder, don't they enact a regulation that prevents harmful chemicals from causing allergic reactions or worse? Why don't they take it off the shelves if they know for a fact that they are the cause of asthma and allergy, 30% of allergic reactions? Crazy. So when in doubt, so much easier to use your essential oils. When in doubt, go back to basics. When in doubt, just grab your botanicals that are just have one ingredient in it, unless it's a blend, right? Can I get an amen? Go back to the botanicals that are going to get in the air, that are going to get in your body and do good and not do harm, right? Okay. The next one we're going to quickly talk about parabens. Parabens are used as preservative in personal care products. Parabens are often included in the list of product ingredients. They are estrogenic, meaning they mimic estrogen, and you can look for labels now that actually say paraben free because it's a clutch word, a culture word. We can actually look for things that say that. Since estrogen promotes the growth of breast cancer cells, and a woman is 8 times more likely to develop breast cancer in the part of the breast closest to the armpits, scientists are studying the connection. Parabens are very disrupting to hormones, so please avoid them at any and all costs if possible. The next one is aluminum. Aluminum-based compounds are the active ingredients in antiperspirants. We all know this, right? They block the sweat glands to keep sweat from getting to the skin surface. Yummy. That's actually was what's happening. But what happens with that is it doesn't allow for the detoxifying process to commence. It doesn't allow you for your body to breathe like it's supposed to or sweat like it's supposed to. And so all those toxins that are trying to get out or should be getting out actually push deeper into your body, specifically in that sensitive area. And that's why it's a known area for breast cancer and lymphatic type diseases and issues. So since estrogen, or we already talked about the estrogen, in the underarms, but aluminum specifically is also have been linked to Alzheimer's as well. No fun. Alzheimer's, no fun. This one's my favorite. You guys, get ready. Get ready to throw some stuff out. I almost said shit, and I'm just going to say, get ready to throw some shit out, y'all. Okay, listen, formaldehyde. Formaldehyde, ladies and gentlemen, there's several ways, Kathy. You and I can talk about that for sure. Several different ways. Formaldehyde is found in women's products, in tampons and napkins, in douches. Formaldehyde. Yep, I said that. And it's true. The same things that you have been known or are known to be put into bodies when they have died, right? Yeah. And so that sounds great, right? That's what you want to put up inside of you as a woman. Said no woman ever. Hey, Alyssa. So formaldehyde is an extremely toxic substance which affects the body's neurological connectors. It is found in standard cleaning products and air fresheners. You guys get this part. Some of the possible consequences of inhaling, absorbing through the skin, or ingesting formaldehyde are ear infections. I'm going to sound like a medical prescription commercial. Ready? Headaches, allergic reactions, dermatitis, mucous membrane irritation, infection, chest pain, immune disruption, depression, fatigue, asthma, joint pain, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, sleep disturbances, laryngitis, and cancer. To add to the list, there's bunch more. Formaldehyde is one of the main ingredients in air fresheners. Get this. Air fresheners and the ingredient in formaldehyde actually stop you from smelling by coating your nasal passages with an oil film or by releasing nerve deadening agents. Okay, we're going to stop here for a second. Formaldehyde and other chemicals with the same sort of constituents get in the air, and to quote unquote take down or change whatever's in the air, it actually doesn't do any of that. It deadens the nerve endings of your nasal passages so that you no longer smell. Okay? You no longer smell. That's what they're doing. That's how they work. That's how the body operates, and that's how the reaction that the body has to it. So it's not that it's going in the air and taking down the junk from it. It's actually nerve damaging. Right? Crazy? No one else thinks that crazy town? So when in doubt, put essential oils in your diffuser. Get the essential oils up in the air. The essential oils are smart enough to adhere to any sort of allergen or issue that's in the air, and it's going to take it down because of the heaviness of the essential oil. Will take it down to a level that you can actually vacuum it up and get it out, not just nerve ending damage. Crazy, right? Okay, last but not least, fluoride. This never gets old to me. Fluoride is one of the most toxic substances known to man. Yet based on its inclusion in virtually every brand of toothpaste, the American Dental Association believes it's okay to use fluoride for preventative dental care. Fluoride can damage fertility, destroy bones, and cause early puberty in children. Water fluoridization has been banned in many countries, including China, Austria, Belgium, Finland, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, Hungary, and Japan. Nearly all of Europe's water supply is fluoride-free, and yet fluoride is omnipresent in the American food supply. It's in our water, it's in our juice, in our soda, our wine, our coffee, and soups, and processed food, and also in baby formula. The majority of American cities have fluoridated water. Have you ever read the fine print on toothpaste before? There's enough poison in there to kill a 2-year-old. Talk about eye-opening. Not to mention the carcinogens, and this is typically used 2 to 3 times a day. You can check out PubMed.gov for very specific research about fluoride, as well as about all these other ones that I explained to you tonight. When in doubt, Thieves toothpaste is a great alternative. When in doubt, Young Living essential oil products is a great alternative to all of the household products that you may use and you use on a daily or weekly or monthly basis. So here are some big picture tips as we close out tonight. Use fewer products. 95% of my cleaning comes from Thieves Cleaner. It's a concentrate. You use 1 capful and I can use it on any and every surface in my entire home. I posted earlier today that that was a huge aha moment for me 3 years ago, or even 4 years ago, that my babies decided that they wanted to help me clean. I had turned my back. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I had turned my back on them and realized as I came around the corner that they were giggling and chuckling, and then got a little closer and realized, I smell clove, cinnamon. Oh, they're laughing a lot, and opened the door and they were cleaning off my daughter's chalkboard that was in her room. And instead of cleaning the chalkboard, they cleaned each other. And by cleaning each other, I mean they were drenched in Thieves Cleaner. Now, I gasped. This is my brand new bottle. I think it was my very first bottle of Thieves Cleaner I'd ever bought. So, of course, I was like, what are you guys doing? And then I thought, wait a minute. Hold on. if this was any other product, if this was bleach, or anything else that was living underneath my kitchen sink at that point in time in our lives, I would be on the phone with poison control right then and right there. I'd probably be taking them in because I was a new mom and didn't know, like, you're just overly cautious, but you have to be with those sort of chemicals in your home. And I didn't. I stepped back and I thought, you know what? I'm empowered, and I've empowered my kids. And above all else, if anything bad comes out of this, nothing bad will, but if anything comes out of this, is that they've at least gotten an immunity boost for the evening and for the day. They gave themselves a thieves shower, and it was the best hey oily journey that I've had up until so many others have continued to just, my eyes have been opened and opened and opened and opened. And that little bottle can be used for any and everything. One capful, super, super affordable. I think it ends up being just 67 cents for a 30-ounce bottle. Super cheap, right? You're going to spend $3 for bleach or Lysol, and you can even spend upwards to $6 for your quote-unquote organic natural cleaner as well. Super affordable. Me too. I love me some Thieves Cleaner. Okay, so to close us out tonight, I just want to say thank you for coming. Hopefully I didn't completely overwhelm you. That's not my heart at all. If you have any questions whatsoever, please either comment below or PM me with any of them. And in short, transfer by, friends. This is by far to get the chemicals out of your home that we just talked about. Go do your scavenger hunt. And when you're ready to get those chemicals out of your home, sometimes it has to happen slowly. Some people just dive straight in and want to get it all out out of their home because of the stuff that they've either seen happen to their friends and their family or seen happen to themselves. The best place to start, especially now that you're on this oily journey, is with Essential Rewards. Essential Rewards is the Young Living wellness box that you will be able to get, handpick your date, handpick your products, and be rewarded for having great, all natural, 99.6% germ killing fighting power in your home, from toothpaste to floss, to lotion, to shampoo, to deodorant, to cleaning, to hand soap, to anything under the sun. Anything that we talked about tonight can be replaced. You can get it out of your home. You can start small, you can start big, wherever you want to start. We're here to walk you through that. And if you have any questions on how to get started, just holler at us, and that's what we're here for. Okay? And then, you know what? That's what I got, friends. That's what I got. You already know that cancer is the number 2 causing of death. Ugh, I hate that. Sorry, I might get emotional. Number 2 cause of death. Cancer is the number 2 cause of death. 1,600 people a day die from cancer. 1 in 3 Americans are directly linked to poor diet, physical inactivity, and chemical exposure. The American Cancer Society says that 5 to 10% of cancers are linked to gene defect, which leaves 90 to 95% under our control. Environmental. 90 to 95%. These are interesting facts, but we can change them. And that's what we're here doing. We're changing them for our generation, for ourselves. And so I'm so happy that you joined me tonight or whenever you're rewatching this. And if you have any questions whatsoever, or you'd like a more in-depth chemical-free home class, you hit me up and I will be happy to oblige. Talk to you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.